Perez, Drescher, on the gate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On the Gate Podcast. Derek Drescher. Just Derek Drescher. There is no Geo Perez. Geo's off the podcast now. We got to change that intro, Jorge. Can we get that done today? It's just On the Gate with Derek Drescher. That's all we're doing from now on. Geo, I've had it with Geo. I'm done with him. It's over.
Hey, he's like your colon. He's ready to get out of you.
What happened?
He's just like your colon. Just nothing but problems.
He needs to be removed like the infected tissue that's inside my body right now. That they will be removing on 20th. On the Gate Podcast will be going on hiatus while I'm out because there is no Geo Perez. And without Derek Drescher, there's no On the Gate Podcast. It's just me in the studio. The guests didn't show up. I feel like they've taken Geo's side. And there's a war going on now between Geo and I. And it basically came down to what we both talk about on stage, who cares about the podcast, and all that horse shit. You know, me and Geo have very similar pasts. We both talk about heroin. We both talk about jail, you know, being deadbeat dads and all that stuff. And just a huge argument started. And I threatened Geo with physical violence. And he's like, oh, my brother does BJJ. I'm gonna get him to get you. And I was like, I know Luis Gomez, who also is very well versed in BJJ and boxing, so I'll get Luis, and then we could just do it like that. It would be me and Gomez versus the Perez brothers, and that's how it's gonna go down. Jorge, I might have to bring you in the room for this from now on.
All right.
After this.
Yeah, why not?
All right. We got one guest here. He's an immigrant. What's up?
I am an immigrant.
Yeah.
Double immigrant, buddy.
How are you a double immigrant?
Because I was born in Germany. I immigrated to fucking Canada. And then I came here. Double whammy.
You were born in
Will
Germany?
I see you at the protest tomorrow? Yeah, I was born in Germany.
Why were you born in Germany?
My father was in the military.
The Canadian Whoa.
Yeah, you know we got that?
It's fucking, first of all, take it down a notch, all right? This isn't a platform for you people to come and just say what you want. It's
I'm
not
sitting
that
here like fucking chopped liver. You just go on for fucking 5 minutes bitching about how there's no one here. I'm sitting right here. I'm ready to talk to you. Second time doing your podcast. Second time it's raining. Second time I'm the first
You've done
guy
my
here.
podcast before?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't remember.
You weren't here for it.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
You've done a podcast with me?
Yeah, you were right there, dude.
No, I don't recall.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I try to forget it too. What was your question?
So your father was a Canadian who was deployed to Germany.
That's right.
And what year
At
were
the
you
end of
born?
the Cold War.
Yeah.
Okay.
What year were you born?
88.
88. At the end of the Cold War.
He was already out of the military. Like he was done being a soldier in like 85 or 86.
So your
and
mom...
then he was a firefighter on the military base. My mother's full German. What's so fucking funny? What is so fucking funny?
A firefighter on the military base?
After he was done being a soldier.
There ain't no fires ever on the military base. Unless...
They're putting out a big old fire out there in Europe, brother.
Fires...
Yeah, he was in recce unit. You know what that is? Reconnaissance?
Yeah.
So he was like a sniper. He was
The thing
all
is,
this...
I'm just saying, at the end of the Cold War, that's crazy.
Because they thought at that time that Russia was going to make a final push.
So was your father Canadian Army or Canadian like Marines, Air Force? Which one?
He's Canadian Army, recce.
Canadian Army, reconnaissance.
Yeah.
All right, and then your mother's a
full-blown German, still only speaks German to me, texts me in German, speaks...
You speak German?
Yeah.
Go ahead, say something.
No. I can feel the fucking disrespect. I'm not going to do it, okay? Are you Puerto Rican?
Half.
You're half Puerto Rican.
But listen...
You see what they're doing to half of your people?
No, what happened?
Come on.
Were you talking about the parade yesterday?
Oh, buddy. I live in the heart of fucking Bushwick. That parade is the worst day of the year.
I mean, there's so many parades yesterday. I think there was a Puerto Rican Day parade.
It was a Puerto Rican Day parade.
Jorge, was the Pride parade yesterday?
No, that's this upcoming weekend.
Okay.
Imagine trying to mix the Puerto Rican parade with the Pride parade.
It's the same thing.
Kinda.
Yeah,
With
it's
a
the
bit
same,
of a...
it's the same shit. There'll be a massive amounts of sexual assaults and sexual harassment. And, I mean, bro, parades it's like unwanted sexual attention. Everybody's grinding on each other. Everybody's doing...
Parades are just unwanted,
Yeah,
period, I think.
nobody wants them. Are you going to the Pride parade, Jorge?
God, no.
Okay. All right, so you're off that thing that you was on now.
You're off the stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been cleaning sober for a couple months now.
Okay. You never liked guys, though, right?
No.
What were you on, the poppers?
No, I just in general like doing some gay shit every once in a while.
That's okay. That's just drugs, though, right?
No.
No, he's completely a free sound mind.
Yeah.
That's just gay, brother.
Free love, bro.
That's okay.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't like that.
That's okay.
I'm glad that a lot of people are starting to finally come out of their shells with that. They're not. They're like, I'm not really like that. I just.
It's all a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a buddy who got sober like 2 years ago now, and then after he got sober, he came out. You know, he done just a.
That's gay?
No. He just did a bunch of gay shit
Like what?
while he was high on cocaine. Dude, whatever.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
To get more cocaine?
To get coke, or also just hanging out with people while he's on coke and stuff. And then after he got
So he
sober,
did
he's like, "Well, I did some gay shit while I was high." We're like, "No, that's just gay, dude." It's like I've done plenty of cocaine
And
over
not
my
done
life with
things
many
like
people,
that.
and I have not done a single gay
So
thing.
does he
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Does he still do that stuff?
Well, that's the thing, right? I think he might a little bit now. I think he might be out of his shell a bit. But for a while, he was hiding behind that as that being the thing.
That's the reason why. Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
Good. Thoughts are this.
You're
is
getting your
that-
colon removed, right? Because that thing's just been beaten to shit
Not
over the last
removed.
fucking 10 years.
My colon.
Can they take that thing right
There will
out?
be some tissues removed.
Oh.
It'd be funny if there was this old tissue stuff
Whole
up
thing.
there.
Take the whole fucking thing. You're done.
Yeah, the 20th. The 20th. I thought I was going to be able to be back in a couple days, but I was just at the doctor, and they're like, no, pal, you'll be laid up
So-
for a couple weeks.
What, a couple weeks post-surgery?
Yeah.
And what's the what's the rate of recovery? Like, are you gonna be
2
good?
to 6.
No,
2 to
but
6.
I don't mean like time-wise. I mean like how.
That all depends.
What are the
on-
odds of you being good to go after
That
that?
all depends on how I live my life going forward.
Okay, so you can't get fucked in the ass anymore. That's what I'm asking.
That's
you.
fucking out the window.
That's no good.
That dampens my.
That's gonna
my
take.
mood.
Really ruins the parade.
Yeah, that really dampens.
That's cool
my mood.
though. I mean, I hope that you listen. I hope that you come back better than ever. I saw you went 5-2 in your softball league.
5-3.
5-3. Sorry.
5-3, and then you can't stay past 3. But I have a whole story to tell. I really can't tell it on here though until it's completely done.
I got a haircut at 3:20. That's why when you told me when you were fucking with me and saying that the podcast wasn't today, I was like, well, this works out great because I got a haircut right around the corner.
You know what's funny? I walked past the street. I was just so in the zone walking, and then I saw you called. I called you back, and you were like, "How do I get in here?" And then I just wanted to play a little bit, and I told you it wasn't until next week.
See, I thought that you're just getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and I thought you might not have known what the fuck this call was. Where are you? Well, where are you trying to get in?
I have been getting that a lot. Like I've been at the club a little bit more recently. People,
I
like,
saw that.
They're like, "You look great."
You do.
I was like,
But it's only because you looked like complete shit before.
when I was
Just
before I got sick.
Just being Derek. Yeah, you look good now. Like you look healthy now.
I'm not.
I know.
I'm not. Like I'm sweating profusely right now.
No, but you look good.
I've been on the
You
toilet
really do look good.
6 times this morning. Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the toilet 3 times in the morning on a good day.
Did you stop your drinking or no?
I'm trying right now to not. I went back to Canada for a couple weeks to work on something. I was really good while I was
You're
there.
fucking stuttering. Cut that shit out. All right, let's go.
I was really good while I was there until the end, and then I had like
So you were in Toronto getting drunk on Labatt's Blue and shit like that.
yeah. And then but the last like 4 days I got drinking. So then I came back to New York. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna clean it up. I want to get off the booze. And then I had one night of drinking since I've been back.
So this is once a month you get off the booze. Every 2 months.
So yeah. No, usually it's more frequently than that. I did at the beginning of this year. I did 70 days, and that's like kind of the longest I've put together.
Now, you're not the kind of drinker where you shake if you don't have a drink, right?
I don't shake if I don't have a drink. My problem is I'm fun to drink with. Like I'm not like I don't fuck things up. Like people like to get drunk with me. Like I don't have that.
You're like,
thing.
babe, you don't understand. Everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it.
I need to keep out going.
Well,
out there.
you know what I mean? Like, it's almost easier if you're a person that constantly is, like, going up against, like, a rock bottom. Because, then you have to get out.
I was horrible drunk.
So my thing is, for me, my problem is that I just can't... I'm pretty good if I'm avoiding booze. But if I start to drink... As soon as it's at the point now I have the awareness that if I open a beer, I can look at it and be like, all right, tomorrow's a fucking write-off. From the moment I crack
Tomorrow's
the first
dead.
beer, I
Yeah.
know that I'm going to be drinking until 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, I know that I'm done. There's no off button for me once I start.
So you're not...
But I've been off the drugs, which has been
That's good.
good.
I don't consider you someone who's like an alcoholic. You're probably just someone who has a drinking problem.
Okay.
Those
What-
exist.
yeah, that's good. I like
yeah,
that.
it's not a bad thing.
No, I like that.
Yeah. You could really pound them out for about...
Yeah.
You go on for days, I would imagine.
I would go on for days, but then especially if I was, if I'm partying, then I'm like, then I don't stop. at all.
You get your 4-hour nap in.
Maybe.
But you don't rest.
But I can do a 48-hour.
You know, you don't rest with alcohol coursing through your veins.
100%.
It's not
well, I'm
good
trying to
rest.
get in shape too, and I'm working out a lot, and I realize how useless it is when you're putting alcohol in your body.
At this age, yeah. How
With
old
the
are you?
amount of sugar, and I just turned 37.
Yeah.
So with the amount of like sugar and the sleep you're getting, and then everything, like your diet falls apart.
Yeah.
Your workouts get worse.
Right.
So it's just like, what am I trying to do? Am I trying to be healthy, or am I trying to fucking...
I see
have
your workout
fun.
videos. Jesus Christ.
What about them?
Form is so bad. They're funny, though.
That's the fucking idea.
Oh.
Have you... The context of the video is a guy blowing out his fucking body
Oh,
while
I
he's
thought that
working
was
out.
all, like, real stuff.
Nah, bro. The
You're good.
idea of the video is a guy getting fucking hurt tremendously every time he works out.
What gym do you go to?
I go to Blink Fitness,
And where you live in Brooklyn?
Bushwick.
I'll have to come to the
There's
gym
like
one
3
day.
in that area, but there's one specific one that I go to.
You're welcome to come to take my class anytime I
Yeah,
teach
you've said
too.
that. I'd love
Yeah.
to. I'd love to get in there and have a look.
You see there's some women in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do they let you have any position of power at a gym? Where there's
How do
women
they let
in
me
a
have-
fucking room. What are they doing? What kind of
Bro,
workout classes?
Many
do you do?
people look at me as a leader, and it baffles me also.
Wild.
It's very crazy.
Were you a leader in jail?
I had a group of fellas. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would do things for me.
that's good.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be. How long did it take you?
I have a group,
How
of,
many
fel- I
times
have a
did you
group of fellas that'll do things for me now.
How many times did you have to go to jail before you were able to like establish yourself as a guy that had people doing shit for you?
A long time.
Yeah.
A lot of time, yeah. Yeah,
So you were one of the guys doing shit for other people when you first got there.
I wouldn't say that, but I had my hands in things that would where you'd want to have a good relationship with me. You want to. It's not like it's not like you don't want to cross Derek, but you just want to be on my bad side.
you fight a lot?
A lot of it had to do with food. When I was younger, yeah. The older I got, I stopped fighting. Though, yeah.
Well, you were telling me that there's more fighting in jail than prison.
And juvie too.
Right.
Juvie. No, there's fights in prison.
No, of course
guys
there are.
get cut.
But you guys were saying
die.
that it's more unhinged in jail. But
Jail-
people
so
are trying
yes.
to like prove themselves and they're young. And
Jail, everything is it's like a pressure cooker. Everything's tight. There's very little movement.
but it surprises me because
Some of
in
these prisons, you go upstate, and I hate to say it like this, but like, yes, the prison itself is horrible, but then you go out on the grounds, like when you go to walk to work or wherever it is, and it's fucking gorgeous, especially the ones that are close up to Canada.
you get the mountains and shit.
Mountains,
But-
fucking beautiful big trees.
My question is, why I would think that jail would be. I understand, obviously it's not, and I get why it's not. But I personally, I think because those are people awaiting trial, right?
Well,
Isn't
so
that
yes.
when you want to be good?
So yes, jail, there's people who are awaiting trial, and they will usually keep people who are awaiting trial with each other, and then you have people who are sentenced that are doing short time.
Oh, because they're
which
just
is
doing
less
like
than a
90
year.
days or fucking 120 days.
A lot of times, the guys who are sentenced to short time, a year. Sometimes you could do back-to-back county bullets, which ends up being like 18 months, 20 months. They'll be like in a whole separate area. They might be in a dorm. They might live in the gym, but they work. They become trustees. They're
How
picking
much-
up garbage and shit like
Right.
that.
Okay.
Guys
Did
who
you always
are
try to keep yourself working while you were there?
yeah. I mean, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah, but there's
you
like certain.
refuse-
But can't you work yourself up to better jobs?
Yeah. The best job to have is always in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because that's where I always ended up. You get access to food, and then you're able to steal things
Knives.
and bring it back to knives.
Oh, so you could steal food.
Yes.
You mean like
yes,
like the raw like ingredients and shit.
yes.
Yeah.
And
That has worth.
that holds weight. Absolutely. Yeah.
What's the worst job you had?
The best job in jail, I think, would be outside detail, which is like you go literally clean shit up like on the highway.
Yeah, because
And
you
like-
actually
or
get
like
the fuck out of the walls for a second.
Mow
Right?
grass, yeah, and then like the COs who watch over those guys usually let them get a cigarette and shit like that. That's one of the better jobs. And then
What's the
kitchen
worst though? Like where don't you want to end?
worst, I would say laundry.
Yeah, that's American History X. That's what I
Yeah,
get.
laundry would suck. Library is a shitty job
Why?
too.
Well, yeah.
Because there's always guys asking you
Can't
to
read.
get books and in law library shit. They think like you're some genius and you're not.
Oh, because you also got those like
There's guys
the
that are in there,
jailhouse
like
lawyers.
like fighting their cases and trying to like win on a technicality. Those guys are fucking ridiculous.
Do they
man.
ever do it?
Yeah, I've seen guys do it.
That's fucking awesome.
It probably like 1 in thousands.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. Pull it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, but then you also need somebody on the outside. Like anybody that goes up and represents themselves, they just look like a fucking idiot.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they tell you not to do that.
Yeah.
They don't even want you on the
That's been
stand
another.
for the most
That's
part.
been another big rift between Geo and I. Is that Geo's been to jail and Derek's been to prison.
You know, I've been on the stand before.
You have? You're a rat.
No,
Canadian rat.
no, I was trying to keep my buddy out of jail.
Oh, you were
I was
testifying.
trying to. Yeah, I was testifying on his behalf.
Lean machine, baby.
What's
You
up?
look like a lean machine.
Yeah, he's sick. He's got a worm.
Do you really?
Yeah, I got infection.
Contagious?
No. Unless if you eat my ass, maybe.
Don't worry, buddy. Buddy, if you want to eat his ass, you got to do it in the next 2 weeks. He's not going to have one soon.
Not my,
They're
not my
taking it.
type.
They're not taking my whole colon.
I don't know.
Relax.
They're taking your fucking colon
They're taking it
out?
out, dude.
No, there's
This-
there's
hey.
some tissues that need to be removed that are infected.
So I guess yesterday was the parade, the Give Us Another Reason to Not Like Your People parade.
Oh, the Puerto Rican Day Parade? Are you guys living together?
It's my neighborhood, JJ.
Yeah, no, we're neighbors, but not like by 10 minutes.
Wait, where'd you move back to?
Bushwick.
Where, though?
Morgan.
Oh, you moved closer to Williamsburg.
Yeah, I moved
You're
closer.
slowly getting out of the hood.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have your own place now?
No, so basically I moved back.
Oh, wait, I know where you live. You live with Eric now.
Eric Freddy. Yeah,
Did
so
you
we got
clean it up in there a bit?
I cleaned it
'Cause
up.
I went there to do a video, and
I sent in.
I was like, you can't, even as a half gay man, you can't live there.
I sent in a cleaner the day before I arrived. I paid 160. These people
One
are
of your
so
people.
cheap.
Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Their last name was Diaz or something?
I have to, they're 25 years old and you have to teach them how to fucking throw out garbage. They're literally retarded. the
I
two of them.
know, but they'll do anything for you.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
will. I mean, so I basically.
So hold on, Gio, JJ, real quick, before have you gained financial?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Cooking.
Yeah, he's doing
Let's
good. Look at him. He's
fucking
drinking
go.
water
I'm
out of a
so
box,
fucking
bro.
happy.
Water out of a box, baby.
I'm so happy that you were able to do it being yourself, and also happy for you because now you're able to take care of the dogs because they have surgery every other week.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a time I remember when
You were sharing a room with his dog, I think, last week, weren't you?
Yeah.
when we were
whoa,
he just messaged me. He's like, "You coming?" I'm like, "Are you coming, bro?"
No, it's because
No, I told everybody that we had to fight. You're done.
What, you had some Latina papito
Well, we were
Cheetos
fighting.
last night?
We were fighting because Gio's been to jail and Derek's been to prison, and then
Oh.
Ah.
I thought you were gonna rhyme. I thought there was like a little nursery.
like that
I
was
don't know
going
the rest
somewhere.
of this song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you-
I just said
Gio
it at the
been to
beginning,
jail,
and
Gio
Derek
been to
been to prison.
Gio got caught up in that midday not traffic. That 1 p.m. traffic coming into the
it'll
city.
kill ya. It'll
I
kill
never-
you.
I started the pod with a 10-minute rant of how you're off the pod now. We got in an argument.
Oh yeah, he's gonna turn it into a straight men's softball league podcast.
Softball talk?
Soft talk.
Softballs with Derek Drescher.
Soft talk.
Just asking
That's
horrible
actually not a
questions.
bad
There is
fucking
a
No,
market.
idea.
There
it's
is
a
a
pretty
market.
bad one. Get it out of your head real quick, dude.
I actually think it is
You
pretty
know who
good.
you talking to? This is Derek
you.
right here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's pretty good.
If you're passionate about it,
There's
like
a lot
I-
of guys that play softball.
yeah.
I'll call Derek and give him ideas. Sometimes like, yeah, Pop, let's do it. And sometimes I wish he'd just be like, nah, dude, that's a terrible fucking
Everything.
idea.
Yeah. everything.
Yes. Yeah, no,
You
you're
ever
right.
just throw him a fucking meatball just to see if he'll fucking pick it up?
Oh yeah, I start doing that. Like those reels where it's like the guy doing grocery shopping and he's like passing the woman like some type of fruit and she's like pushing it away. So he starts taking the ones that she picked and handing them to her and she's like, no, this is not good.
Yeah. I like
It's
those
just
videos.
Women are fucking
Sure you do.
fucked up in the head.
You calling me a woman?
No, not you.
Oh.
No. I'm saying the
I like those videos that you send me.
What are you talking about?
When you send me the videos of the lady taking
Oh,
the
yeah,
fruit,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that shit was funny. But yeah, no, I just went on a rant. I said that we were broke up again, and
Have you guys had a
I needed to
breakup?
fill air. No, never.
Never?
No. We've had a little
We've
argument.
argued. We haven't argued in years now,
Yeah.
actually.
Really?
I was gonna start an argument last week.
Were you really?
Yeah,
About what? Tell me.
Softball.
Let's fucking argue.
the softball.
Let's do it. Go.
Yeah.
I don't think I should talk about it on the regular episode.
I won't say.
Because I feel like I'm still being
Is there
investigated.
a scandal in the fucking softball
Bro,
league?
my life is just full of scandals.
Is that
right
record
now.
not real?
My
Derek-
life is scandaled up,
Derek's
bro.
the crash out king in comedy.
What is it? Comic league, right?
No, there's the team started all comics, and now that's dead. It's only like half comics.
Really? Why?
Because comics are just horrible
Comics
human
suck.
beings. Bro.
Yeah, they just so unreliable.
As much as I would like, Geo and I would fuck with each other. Like, at least the guy gets up, he goes to work every day. He's fucking in his kid's life. He's
Good father.
He drives around and gets places he's supposed to be at.
This
bro.
sucks.
Not
Talk
on
shit
time,
about me.
but he does.
Talk
He's
shit about me,
eventually-
bro.
No. Oh, there's a bunch of other things I could say, but I don't think that has to do with you being a comic. I think you're just a fucked up individual.
Oh, yeah,
But you
100%.
still act like a man for most of
Yeah,
the
a
most
lot
of
of
the time,
children in man bodies.
Yeah.
Well,
bro.
it used to be that you got into comedy because you were fucked up. That's how it used to be. Now you get in because you want to be popular, and it used to be a completely different fucking thing.
I think it's because
Yeah.
people don't want to work hard, and then they realize how hard it is.
Yeah, it became
Well,
high
for-
school.
for some people.
It
They're
is
like,
high
oh,
school.
this is the cool table. Is where the comics are at? That's what it became.
Yeah. I don't like that cool people in comedy.
This should be everybody in comedy should look like me and JJ. Sorry, guys.
That's tough. But I do sit around in New York. I've noticed I sit around at certain places with a lot of comics, and they're like fucking 25, and they got 250,000 followers. And they're
Choose
talking
your
about-
next words
and
wisely,
they
pal.
talk. No. But listen, and they're
No,
You
no,
want to
no,
work
no, no.
in this city?
Yeah.
That's fine. And they, just talk about how hard it is out here. And I'm sitting there, but fucking like 13 years in, just fucking dying, And I'm like, you're gonna tell me how fucking hard it is? Have you ever died in a fucking Legion and butt fuck
Yeah.
nowhere? Like,
Ontario.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well,
this
like
game.
a fucking foreign league. Like what do they
A
call that
fucking
shit?
curling rink, whatever the fuck you want.
What are those veterans of form like a VFW?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's exactly what it is.
It's you never performed
Yeah.
at a Legion?
no, what do they call
do you
it?
call them
They
here?
call VA whatever that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I've
that's
never
for
done
veterans.
any of those.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
VFW is Veterans of Four Wars, and then you got remember there was like Knights of Columbus shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sometimes they get a comedian.
Old dusty. No. It's not
And
just.
there'll be 80
no,
of them sitting there like this.
But it's not just for the veterans. Like they rent those places out, so it's just like
Yes.
a dog shit gig because the small town will
Yes.
only have that as their venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those
Right.
guys still love America first. They think America's the greatest country in the world. Even though the kids are fat, everyone's on Ozempic. Nobody has money. Fucking people with real jobs have to drive Uber too.
Fucking-
America first.
Some of those guys you're performing to are just like escaped Nazis and shit.
Yeah, bro. I have
There's still
three.
some.
I have 3 jobs.
Yeah.
3. I mean, I do make some money from comedy, so I consider it one
That's
of
a hobby.
Yeah, it's
What are your-
income.
I'm
What are your
moonlighting.
jobs though?
Moonlighting, drug counselor, personal trainer, and fucking and then
Yeah, but the
good.
personal
And then-
but you need that because if drug counseling won't pay your bills.
Well, the thing is this: I use that is my grocery money
Oh, okay.
basically for the month.
Uber Eats or whatever. Yeah.
No, not Uber Eats. That's me going to the grocery
JJ,
store.
most
and
people actually fucking shop for their food.
No, Jarrett. Most people don't.
No,
Yeah.
not
I
anymore.
do.
Not anymore.
I have to.
Gio goes shopping for
I
people
shop for
every day.
people.
You shop for people. You're the
I
guy.
shop
You're the
for
guy
people.
fucking up my orders.
No, yeah, hell yeah.
Isn't that
No,
Are
great?
you tipping?
No, I go to the fucking grocery store still. I can't afford to.
Bro,
fucking
I walk around Whole Foods looking for the guy that's like looking for something, and I see there's only like one left, and,
Yeah.
and then I go,
Just grab it.
done.
I tip well now.
Done.
That
have
should be
to.
your video.
Yeah.
And I
you
just
learn.
hurt my elbow so bad hitting it off the
Just
fucking
doing that?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, drivers don't give a fuck. If you don't tip, it's just like, all right,
Well,
I'm not putting
and-
in the effort. I might steal your food.
But do you tip at the? Oh, you do tip at the beginning.
Yeah, some people do tip after.
Uber,
but
if
for
you're getting a
most-
ride in an Uber, you tip at the end, which makes sense.
Yeah.
because you got to see
I
how
never
bad that
tip.
guy
That-
fucks
I
up.
always tip.
I never tip Ubers. Ever.
I always tip now.
Ever.
I forget most.
What
of the time.
side do you think is the one not tipping?
No, but I. So
Both.
Puerto Rican and the
Both.
Jews.
no, I.
Yeah.
I tip when I get a haircut. I tip when I get a pedicure.
You got to
I-
tip on a haircut.
Yeah, I
You have
tip.
to. You
I
have
tip. I tip good, but I just don't feel like tip. It's already so
I tip
expensive
for food, drinks,
in the
everything.
city.
I was just at Starbucks. They asked for a tip. Hell no.
Yeah.
Starbucks isn't getting
Yeah,
a
I
tip.
tip
But I
them.
go to a coffee shop, like a mom and pop coffee shop. I'm always tipping there. Starbucks, I don't think that's
Well,
tipping
you're
up
fucking,
the same way.
You're Canadian. You probably give them your fucking bank account codes. You
I-
fucking.
What the fuck does that even
He
mean?
puts his social security
Yeah,
card in
yeah.
the tip thing.
He's like, here's my credit card. Just take it. I'll come
my
back and get it tomorrow.
RRSP, my
Yeah.
retirement savings account.
I got a good credit. Get yourself a card.
Yeah.
So you have
Put a card in my name.
most people. So you do the Whole Foods shopping now?
Yeah, but it's through DoorDash because
Oh, okay.
most of those like ride share things won't hire felons. Only DoorDash.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
why it's always
wow.
that's why you see like the illegal immigrants.
Yeah, there's a lot of illegal immigrants.
because it's
that do
easy to
DoorDash,
get
yeah.
in. Yeah.
This motherfucker was black and spoke French yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of countries in Africa, speak
yeah,
French.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like that was that was an impressive thing
They
because
speak French,
That's
Spanish.
not common
Italian.
in
it is
Canada?
common. It's just I didn't think it was as common here because he was
Oh,
like
in the States.
Yeah, he was
Right,
like he rolled up with my food and he goes, "Is vous que ceci?" or whatever. Whatever.
You got hard, didn't you? I
Yeah.
fucking know you,
No.
JJ. You wanted to take that black ass to Pound Town.
No, I had a 21-year-old fly in to see me on
That is trafficking.
Saturday.
You are now human.
I know,
Trafficking.
I was
Are you
thinking
not
about
watching
that.
the
Well,
fucking
no,
trial?
he
dude?
didn't pay for it. He didn't pay for it.
No, I paid
Yeah,
for
he
the
did.
No, you
ticket.
did not. You did not pay for it.
Yeah, you did.
No, you did not.
I paid for
He
the
did it
ticket.
all. The kid paid for it.
Why
all.
are
He
you
came
gay?
to visit a friend.
Where are
and
you?
Get his
is
back
it,
blown.
So, but there was no threat. So,
It's the implication.
it is. So what? Yeah, what is that? Is crazy that it's trapped. So she bought the ticket.
Oh, it was a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a man.
Oh, dude, you could throw.
Oh, why
you
was I thinking a guy?
No,
we were all thinking of
Yeah.
fucking guy.
20
Well, I was just saying to Jared before that I don't believe that
Gay?
you're really gay. Yeah.
You know what I think? I think that you fly in the women because when you do get hit with that, and it's coming down the pipe, when you get hit with that trafficking lawsuit, you want on paper for it to be women. You fuck your boys locally, so
Yes.
it's off the paper, no paper trail.
Yeah.
You fly the women in.
Does me
18 plus.
saying I don't believe you're gay upset you?
I don't care.
You don't?
I mean,
I think
Can I
do
tell you a
little bit.
story?
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to get under your skin. I don't believe that you're really gay, like to the heart.
Can I tell you something?
Wait, hold on.
Well, my ultimate get off is Reddit massive cocks. Like when it
All right, that clears it up.
Gun to my head. Gun to my head.
I'm on board.
Gun to my head if I need
Okay,
a nut.
I'll tell you a story. When I the first gig that JJ and I ever did together in Canada, we did a coffee shop on a university campus.
How many,
was
how
the
many,
Josh
how
Infalt.
many years ago was this?
Josh Infalt had
Josh,
a big racist fucking meltdown in front of the.
He went in front of black cashiers and went booga booga
Yeah,
booga
it was
booga.
nuts. In a well lit cafe at 7 p.m. Dude.
On a university campus,
It was
the most
wild, bro.
leftist campus, probably.
Yeah.
Can we get that guy on the podcast?
Yeah, who's this guy? Can we
So
have
funny.
him zoom in? That was
around.
great.
He's so funny. Yeah, he just had a
but-
kid.
No, but I'll tell you
Not
this. We were driving home. I don't know if you remember this, but there was
White guy?
4 comics. He's a white guy. He's a Jew.
Yeah.
And we were driving back in the car, and this is before JJ had ever fucking talked about being gay. Never come out, any of that.
2013.
We just met. We don't really know each other. I'm in the front seat. He's in the back with another guy.
What's his face?
This is like
I
15
forget.
years ago.
It's like 13 years
You guys
ago.
are young,
2013.
fresh-faced kids.
Yeah,
Full
and
head of hair.
well, JJ was but we're driving and JJ's just talking in the back, and again, I barely know him. He's never actually talked about being gay. And I'm just listening to him talk, and at one point, I just turn around and I go, "You know you're gay, right?" And he goes, "What? No." I'm like, "No, it's not a bad thing." I'm like, "You're gay though. Like I've been listening to you talk for 4 like you're a gay man."
Well,
He's
well-
like, "No." And then about 2 years later, he came out, and I was like, I told him, I said it.
What was he saying that made
I
you
don't
say
remember.
that?
I
I
don't
just
think
remember
he
the
would-
context
not-
of this conversation. I was like,
Hearing this,
you're gay.
I really now don't think you are. I believe Derek, you're not gay. He just convinced you.
I
were.
did it.
He turned you out.
Congratulations. Now you have a career. I did that.
Did help. I did help with my career. Really gave me a catapult.
Could you
my
imagine
first
if
few
that was
years.
the moment I actually fucking planted the seed? He's like, I can be gay?
He's like, really?
Fuck. Do you remember that, though? You remember that? We remember that trip, though.
I remember that trip because that was the first thing. Me, you, Justin Late. We did the that.
That's right.
How long did it take you guys to get close and become very good friends?
New York, probably.
Probably. Well, even in Toronto.
But like, we got closer here
Yeah,
than
for
we ever
sure.
did in
Well,
Toronto.
everyone in here does, except like even like Pavone. Like I'll text him out of the blue just randomly. Yeah,
Pavi's the best.
yeah, he's the best. Have you ever met Pavone?
No, I had him confused with another.
Bro.
You and Pavone would fucking love each
I
other.
had
Pavone? Yeah, you would love
I had him
Pavone.
Alex Pavone. I know the name, but I had him confused with another Italian
sports
kid who-
degenerate.
Italian,
I-
Canadian.
I would love him.
He's a Canadian
Kill-
that you would
yeah.
never tell is Canadian. He sounds like he's Italian from New York.
If JJ didn't say he was from Canada, I wouldn't know.
You think I was New
I know
York
you
Bronx?
know
I
with
think
me.
you were a
Brooklyn,
Northeast
so-
guy.
yeah.
Northeast guy.
You know,
I
Yeah.
could hear it.
I know.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
you go. You say
Yeah,
shit
you
like-
know, but
yeah, you
God,
say
because
shit
I
like
grew up
that.
in the fucking country, eh? So
Yeah, he's
that's
a
how
country
fucking
boy.
guys talk.
So this campus you guys were on, this is 13 years ago, and Canada was even super liberal.
Friday night 7 p.m. show.
Well, it's just a
York
university campus, so they're all
The
liberal.
By the way, biggest university in Canada.
Hey, what do you mean? The highest cases?
The highest cases because it's in a
For men and women? For both?
no for women. women
For like roofies and shit like that, I'm guessing.
no actual like on
I love
campus.
this guy's asking, like arms pinned down, or like what's a kind?
Jorge, can you look at the York University? It was back then. The area is really rough.
So around the university,
Around the
it's
It's like
always,
GTA, it's like
always
outside of
like
Toronto,
that.
kind
of.
Like
Yeah.
around usually around liberal universities, there'll be like a block or two of like maybe some like old colonial houses, and then it's just ghetto.
That's what it is. Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Jane and Finch, right?
Is it right by Jane?
Yeah,
and
it's
Finch?
right by Jane and
that's-
Finch.
Then it's close to like the worst part of Toronto.
Worst part of Toronto.
Was that
notorious like gang
projects
part of
over there?
Toronto.
Yeah.
So now, are most of these cases student on student or people from
No,
outside the
It's
school?
people from Jane
Probably a
and
bit of
Finch.
both. Probably a bit of
from the
both.
neighborhood.
It's the,
Yeah,
it's the
I'm
campus
seeing
security guards and the people from Jane and Finch teaming up.
I'm seeing a lot of
And-
stuff from both 2024 where there was a guy who was going around, one guy specifically, and then in 2017 there was some more stuff going around the campus itself.
Yeah, it's really bad. So the university probably has 50,000 people on it, like 50,000 students, and it's a very the Canadian universities, it's probably similar to NYU. There's like maybe a quarter white and everything else like
Diverse.
Asian. Yeah, it's very diverse.
Right.
Especially that university. That was the funny thing about Austin, Texas. I came back last week and I moved back, and I didn't realize when you're in Austin for 6 months, I saw not one person with a hijab.
Really?
It's crazy. It's white.
Even in Austin?
Yeah,
Bro,
all the Mexicans
Not
had
a lot of
hijabs, though.
Muslims.
not
They had
downtown.
headband.
It was actually when I saw that here, because here it's just normal.
What's the campus that's over there? Is that Texas Tech?
No, University of Texas.
Is that what it
Horn.
is? UT.
I went to a couple baseball
Is it
games.
U of T? Oh, the baseball.
UT.
Yeah, they have one of
Yeah,
the best baseball
Yeah,
programs.
They're
don't they?
ranked number 1 in the country right now. I don't know how they're
I
doing.
just saw the kid hit a big fucking grand slam the other day. Their
Oh.
star
Yeah.
player.
So much fun, packed. Yeah, 4,000 people, 3,000 people.
Oh, that'd be
fun.
awesome. I'd love
yeah.
to go to that.
Yeah.
So coming back here, you're like, wow, it's diverse as fuck.
Yeah, it's great. Even the shows here, the shows are so like different.
better.
I
Harder.
think. I think.
you were texting me last night.
Yeah, I think in terms of crowd, it's more. I think in the long run, when you do 6th Street, it's white, Mexican, and some black. That's it.
Right.
That's really it.
And you can get away with saying a lot of more racist
Yeah,
shit.
no way. Like it's crazy because I would be the 4th guy to say. We're here. Nobody.
That's what I
Nobody
noticed
says
out
it.
in Austin is like,
Nobody
it's
says
kind of like
that.
everybody, I think everybody, when you spend enough time out there, you start leaning into that because you know that it's going to work.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you're always still going to become a better comedian in New York City.
That's why I moved back. I do love it though. I love everything about it. But
It is fun. It is a
freeing.
fun comedy scene.
It's
But
a
to
fun- it's
live
fun.
There seems kind of rough unless you're one of like the Rogan,
guys,
Tony,
the top
Sheen
tone. Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
It's a-
Not
it
And
is
that's
a-
what everybody moves there with the goal of
Yeah.
becoming.
being that. Yeah.
I mean, it is amazing. I'll go back.
Some of
every
my
year.
friends have said things to me. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
What do you
like,
mean?
They're like, this is my plan when I go to Austin. Da 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 da. I'm like, you're just crazy.
That's crazy.
Good luck. Yeah.
But those are often people that tried it here, right? It took a beating, and we're like, I'm gonna go give it a shot over there.
Over there,
and there
yeah.
are some good comics. I mean, one of my good buddies went over there too, and it's like,
Yeah, but
I think
the
that New York is the
delusional
place to
plans are
fucking-
just.
Sure.
Delusional plan. Well, that's
It's like
everyone in
I
life.
don't even want to say what they are. That's just ridiculous.
Well, it's everyone's in life. It's
Yeah.
like a fat chick who wears makeup all the time. You get fucking lose weight, you pig. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad mentality.
It's like a lot of people's career plan is like, I'm gonna be friends with this person.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
yes.
friends with that person.
I
And it's just
do-
like be funny.
You want to hear a funny story, guy?
And then
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that shit comes.
We were in Toronto. I don't know if you remember this. Jason Priestley was at a show because he was buddies with my buddy who's a sports writer.
the actor
From,
Jason Priestley.
Beverly
now?
Hills?
Yeah, Beverly Hills. Yeah.
90210?
So he was in the crowd, and some guy threw a tantrum to go next because with the idea that he goes up. He's like, this is how delusional people are. He goes up. Jason Priestley's going to say, no, everyone has their friends. I have I have a million people I want to help out. Like, even you guys who I don't hang out with all the time. I'd rather help you guys out than some fucking random dude who I just see kill.
No, but people like that. I had to talk to a buddy about that recently too. About like if you're waiting for somebody else in your camp or your circle to pop, and that's what you're banking on, it's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking problem.
Yeah. Because that means everybody's like, what's that Jay-Z bar? He's like,
Wrong guys to ask.
Yeah, go ahead though.
I'm schooling them. I'm
Gangsters
actually
in Paradise? What, Gangsters
Should
in
have bought
Paradise?
property in Dumbo before it was Dumbo. Dumbo, is that the one?
Give him money to eat next week. He's broke.
broke. Yeah.
Because when you sleep, he's reaching for your throat.
What is it?
Yeah. So he basically talks. it's about give a man a fish, you feed him for one night. Teach him how to fish.
Yeah, right.
No, that wasn't the bar though. It
No,
was the
but
one-
he talks about something
Oh, yeah,
about that before, and then he goes. He talks about that guy that just wants you to keep giving him fish. Like when you're sleeping, when you're not paying attention, he's like reaching for your throat.
Oh.
And then give him money to eat next week. He's broke.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but the bar was thinking when he goes like, if everybody in your clique is raw, your clique is rugged.
Yeah.
Nobody will fall because everyone will be each other's
crutches. Yes.
Well, that's like
Yeah.
our crew. Like even the extension. Like look at our crew. This is the crazy thing. Like even though we're never like super close, we're all friends. Even with you and Ryan, you guys were like close, but not like as tight as you are now.
Yeah.
Everyone. So even even Marito, I was never close with him, but I moved.
Well,
I
there's
came
a
back and
camaraderie
threw-
when we come over here
Yeah.
with the Canadians because you respect the guys that got out,
Yeah.
the guys that are actually still doing it, right? Because
Yes.
we all have the friends that everybody had the plan, and then you see like the people that actually went and fucking did it,
yeah.
and there's something there where you're like, fuck yeah, we got out, and then there's just that thing because we are all far away from home, and you have that little connection
clique,
to back home,
Yeah.
I like Marito a lot. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah,
The best.
it's my
Marito.
roommate.
Yeah.
He
real?
replaced Danny. Danny went to Austin. See,
Danny
Dan
went to Austin, and Marito moved in with me.
Which
Yeah.
Danny went to Austin?
Martinello.
Oh, Martinello.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I was like Polachuk?
No.
There's more Danny's.
Martinello's living in Austin now?
Can't
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
up with you guys. man.
Yeah, there's a lot. there's
Martinello
a-
guys
moved at the beginning of
multiply.
this year. Marito moved in right at the beginning of the year.
Danny helped me move my dogs, and so my plan was to go just for 6 months. And as soon as it was over, it was great, and I loved it. And I'll go back every year for probably 3 months.
Yeah.
But he went with the plan of moving there and living there,
Yeah.
which is suiting him better.
And I think he's killing it over
Yeah,
there.
he's killing it.
Yeah.
Do you own property over there now?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't have that kind
Yo,
of.
Derek.
I got-
JJ, imagine JJ's like, yeah, man, I
I-
got a nice ranch out.
Yeah.
I got money. I got money so I can pay my bills. I went through my taxes from last year. Every month I had to borrow money from a friend and pay them back. Last
Really?
year.
I used to
And
do
now you don't
that.
got to.
I don't have to. 8 months strong. It's like
yeah, buddy.
So
That's
and
great.
Sometimes I'll have like. Oh, I thought that was right. Sometimes I'll have like nothing left over, but I at least paid on time. Sometimes I'll have like this month I have a couple grand left over. And
Well,
then,
whatever deals you have coming, the money will keep coming
Yeah,
in.
right. Yeah. But I'm stupid with money because now I upgrade to first class.
Dude, and you also eat exclusively
Yes.
on Uber Eats.
He,
That's what I'm
and he
talking
also
about.
likes 5-star restaurants.
Hold on. I got one more drop for you.
I'm a white.
Rich.
So yeah, and then I had this 21-year-old who saw me. She saw me. So Janine came out to do a show with me on Sunday night in Tampa 3 weeks ago.
Janine.
Garofalo. That's what's up.
Yes,
Hell yeah, dude. You're doing
I
big
love
things.
Janine Garofalo.
Bro, that's crazy.
I actually,
because
I actually
Garofalo
do love
is the
Janine
best.
Garofalo.
She came and asked me at this. She's like, "Do you know JJ? I'm a perv." She's like, "I
Yeah.
love his work, man. This
She
guy."
flew out.
Yeah,
She
Janine
was all
Garofalo
that
was like, I love
fucking-
what this guy is doing.
All
Yeah,
the
so-
movie money flew out
Yeah.
and said, "Do you mind if I do 15 minutes in front of you?"
I'm like, "Oh, but yeah, JJ, let me smell your finger, please, man. I want to smell that MTV scent."
Oh, Aaliyah Janine.
No, I mean, you know,
Which Janine?
you know when I
Oh, Dan
Dan
Janine. Okay.
Dan Janine's the last Janine.
Dude, I got there at the exact same time.
Dan Janine. You know, Aaliyah Janine. When I started getting into titty fucking in 2009, she has some great titty
yeah.
fucking scenes.
When I got into titty fucking in 09. I
09.
love that you got the year.
I got 2009. I was dating a guy in Toronto in the closet, living in forget Radio City, right where the Loblaws is downtown.
Yeah.
It wasn't built
Wow,
yet
by Maple Leaf Gardens? The old
by
garden?
Maple Leaf Gardens, but it wasn't built yet. And you can even, this is how you know I'm a cum guzzling whore. You can even Google when Loblaws Maple Leaf Gardens was not built, was finished.
Right.
So
you were
to-
living in like a luxury place with a guy who was undercover.
Yeah, I was playing poker full time, and
and he was poking you.
he was not poking. He was poking my throat, and that's when I was like,
No, time. I thought that you never received, you only gave.
I don't get fucked, but I don't mind a big cock down my throat.
That's receiving, bro.
No, getting fucked.
Yeah, it is, dude. I like too when he said time. Everybody actually gave the real time out. We were all like, "Yeah, all right, let's take a beat."
All right.
Let's
take a beat.
And then So I started watching titty fuck compilations, and like I said, I'm going back to Toronto and Vegas every few months to play. I would play the live Venetian tournaments,
Right.
And I would come back and I was like really fucking horny. I tried to get an escort in Vegas to titty fuck Brittany Sky. Remember her, the old porn star, and she was like $2,000. So I was like, okay. So I found Rhonda Lee Quasarma, who's now dead, R.I.P. Died of breast cancer. She was my first titty fuck. I found her on back of Craigslist.
You
would've
gave
been funny
her breast
It
cancer.
would have been funny if he
You-
was titty fucking and been like, "You have a lump here."
Yeah.
Dr. Lieberman.
And she had some great tits. But yeah, that's how. But so
What's her name again?
Rhonda Lee or
R.I.P. Rhonda Lee. Yeah.
Oh,
But what inspired
How much
me
did she cost you?
at the time was like 125. It was so
Oh,
good.
damn, she was down on her luck.
Yeah,
man.
no, she was
just
cool. It
probably
was
paying for
just cool.
medication at that
No, she
point.
was a bodybuilder. That's why. You want to see? You guys would have.
Look up a picture of
Can you
Rhonda Lee when
Google-
you get the chance.
Can you do Miss Sparkle, Rhonda Lee? And she's
So
like,
while you were in Vegas when this happened, so you're like, oh, there's a lot of.
No, I
porn
was based in Toronto, but I would go to Vegas every 3 months. But I was getting really horny and really into titty fuck compilations.
So, and then-
and that's how I saw Aaliyah Janine, because she was always featured. She had like incredible titty fuck scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Rhonda Lee. Look at those fucking.
oh, she's in
damn,
China,
was she in
dude.
prison?
Oh, there she is. That's a mugshot.
She got caught on
Yeah.
a Craigslist sting. Right? Is that what it was?
Poor thing.
You set her up.
No. We had
So,
a great
was she
working
in-
relationship. I would see her like once a month.
No, but she was down on her luck because she actually reminds me of China. Do you remember when China started going on the fucking?
Oh,
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
porn
yeah.
and all that
Yeah,
shit.
she was on drugs. Bad.
Well, they couldn't make money as bodybuilders back. Now they have Instagram and they can make so much money. Then they would have to like wrestle. You
Dude,
ever see those-
bodybuilding just was a tough fucking gambit. Unless
Yeah.
you were winning competitions, like you were fucking. That's a tough life.
You
man.
know who I
Unless
just
you were like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And also now with Instagram, they could sell like workout routines.
Well, they're all
and plans
criminals.
and
They're all
shit.
just
Promo
selling you
codes.
bunk supplements.
also too, guys are really into that shit. Like guys love muscle mommies, so they're not every guy, but there is like those guys. You know, a lot of these chicks that the big built chicks have massive followings,
and they have to get. I learned this that they have to get breast implants because their pectorals end up.
Well, Rhonda Lee had these big old fucking fake double Ds.
Well, they have to though. Well,
Yeah.
if you get to a certain level of bodybuilding as
Yeah,
a
you
female,
lose
you
that.
have to because you
You'll
lose
lose
your
it,
breasts.
yeah, because that's all fat,
Yeah,
fatty
and
tissue,
you're turning into
and
muscle.
turning into muscle.
And you
So-
start to grow a giant.
She
clit.
had a big clit.
a spear tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it called?
That's what I call it. I call it a spear tongue.
What does it just kind of push out from?
Bro,
the
it's
straining?
usually like
It's
3 or 4
testosterone.
inches.
You're growing a
Straining.
dick, dude.
I've
You're
talked
growing
about
a
it.
dick.
That guy.
Oh,
that
when
I
they
used to work
take
out with.
steroids, if they're taking
Yeah.
steroids.
So a lot of these broads that if they do steroids when they're bodybuilding, their face will almost change, especially if they're
Yeah.
using HGH.
Oh,
They'll get like
yeah.
Everybody.
It's
yeah.
more the HGH really fucks you up.
they'll get like a horse face.
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
like it'll just make everything
It's bigger.
then
Everything,
everything
and
grows.
because your organs are growing too,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
that's why you see the guys with the pushed out fucking abs.
So this guy,
Scott Steiner.
this guy that used to
Papa Pump.
train with us, he's like, man, I love a big bitch, man. Like I love a muscle bound bitch. He's like, I like it when the clit is like 4 or 5 inches long too. I'm like, God damn, bro.
Like, oh, you like trans women?
You like cock?
That's
That's
a
a
penis.
dick.
Yeah.
No, he's like, I like to rub on that thing.
A
But yeah, I've
5-inch
seen
clit is a
I've seen
penis.
pictures.
He's like, I like to grab it with a hand.
Yeah.
It's a big-
I've seen
Yeah.
massive clits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to double fist that little clit.
But it does come out. Like
Yes.
it's a lot easier to find.
Once the woman gets turned on,
It's a lot
and
easier to
she
find.
becomes
yeah.
engorged.
Harder to miss.
The clit gets huge.
Yeah, the engorged
Humongous.
clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with that being said, I'm wasting my money on things.
Oh, right. Uber Eats.
That's how,
how we
Uber,
started on this.
That we started Uber Eats, and then this 21-year-old.
You are like the worst Jew I've ever met.
Why?
Well, you're not good with money.
Oh, I'm bad.
No, but he is. The thing is with JJ, what's interesting is you'll see him splurge on shit like Uber Eats and stuff, but then you see the Jewish aspects and other things. Like you can be very. I've seen you all, so you know how to be cheap.
A little frugal
You know how
here
to.
and there.
You know how
Give
to
us an
game
example,
the
baby.
system.
Come on.
Well, I mean, steal from Whole Foods.
Yeah, like shit like that. Like the little, and you would send in minions to steal for you from Whole Foods.
Oh,
So-
I did. I sent Tomas. I said Tomas. I'm like, yo.
Little Tomas?
Yeah, I would like go when I was show running at Brooklyn. I'm like, yo, get me some. Sometimes I would beat off too much. I would get pain in my dick, and so,
This guy goons too hard. He had to send a kid to the grocery store.
to get me
You'd steal
cranberries
almonds and shit.
I waited
You're going
till he
too
was
fast,
18,
bro.
I
Slow
waited
it down.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
JJ.
So I would make him. He would do his spot. I'd say he goes, "Can I go?" He would be there for the 6 o'clock. I say, "You go first, then go to Whole Foods and get me organic cranberries."
Wait, and that would make your dick pain go away?
Yeah. Organic cranberries. It prevents the UTI.
Eating them or rubbing them on your dick?
Both.
Put them in your foreskin. You gotta
Tie it up.
keep in your foreskin. Put an elastic around it.
A little cranberry
Yeah, like
jam.
It's like
the,
breaking in a
onions.
baseball glove, dude.
JJ is the best, man.
The onions on the feet. You know, there's like, you ever see those like European guys, onion on feet, you'll get no sick. And
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
they like tape it to the bottom of
and
their
it's
foot.
not true.
Yeah.
It's not where it was.
You gotta
really?
eat it.
No,
True?
it doesn't work,
Oh,
man.
of course it doesn't fucking work.
Well,
But
some things
fucking
do
onion
work.
on your feet.
The garlic stuff, eating garlic.
Well,
does
eating
work.
raw
Oh,
clove
yeah.
of garlic, sure, but you're talking about putting onion on your feet.
your
Eating
feet,
garlic
yeah.
is great for you. Raw garlic is
Yeah,
very
it's
good.
good for your
It's
blood.
digestive. Too.
Good for your heart.
I'm doing it for my cholesterol.
Garlic
now.
and onions are both.
Whenever
actually
I'm
very
sick,
good.
I'll eat raw garlic.
Yeah,
Or
would you
feel
do-
myself getting sick.
Would you do with that? You take some garlic, mince
Or-
it up, a little bit of honey.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think-
garlic, honey, aloe vera,
One more thing I put in there too. I forget what it was.
In the
lemon
tea?
juice.
lemons,
Lemon-
shaving,
Lemon
yeah.
helps.
Yes.
Stupid Eric Freddy got sick last week. He was out of town, got sick, and he's like, I could hear him. I'm like, but so I just move in. And I'm like, buddy, you're sick. He's like, no, I chat GPT it. It just says it's fucking mucus. It was pollen. He goes, it's just pollen. So it ends up he has bronchitis. I got fucking sick as fuck last week.
Really?
I can see JJ being sick and be like, yo, I don't have honey, so I'm going to use the dick honey. The dick
I haven't been around the dick.
Magma.
The only
No, I don't mean the honey pills, like the honey.
Oh, right.
The honey packs.
Yeah.
the only thing
The
I
honey
did do
packs.
when I was fucking this chick yesterday, the other roommate Diego was in the shower. I'm like, yo, go in the. Go. So this might be close to the Diddy's trafficking stuff.
Yeah, dude. I think you're
Here.
flirting with it.
Give it.
Yo,
If ever there was a
save
time
this
to-
for the bonus episode before you incriminate yourself. And we have a fucking gas digital RICO charge. Because
Oh, so funny.
The
Yeah.
whole studio
No, it goes
gets
down.
taken down.
I'm sure there's something.
This is the domino effect because one guy says something, then there's another guy getting
start-
nervous
yeah.
because he's like, dude, I've been doing some shit. You can't have him.
They get
say-
me to get Lewis.
Yeah.
Speak now. Okay, I mean.
Not that far fetched for that to happen here.
Oh no,
They
yeah.
bring you
Oh,
down. They
for
just ran for you
sure.
outside the studio. but
Here?
got 'em.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'd be crazy if that's the next. That's the next.
What do
reason
you
I'm
What do
in-
you
I'm
think's
in
going
court
on in
for.
Jamaica on those trips?
Oh, but he does take his family.
Freak
So
offs.
no.
You know what's interesting?
Gas
Is because
digital
everybody
freak off.
says
That's why Horde ain't going. He didn't want to say nothing.
Oh,
Horde
there's a
with that
gas
shit.
digital trip.
He said he's
He was about to say freak off.
Did almost.
There is a gas digital trip right now.
No. I think they went a month ago or two.
You don't
It
go
was
to,
in like February.
you don't go to those?
No.
No, he has to stay here and produce.
He had to work
Yeah.
this time.
They invited me once. I was like, no thanks.
Really, you didn't go?
They invited me to somewhere skiing. I was actually
The resort thing. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was in Tempe with Che. To be honest with you, I would have gone. But I was in Tempe. But
That's
they
right.
did.
You know, I
invite-
forgot you worked here for a while.
Yeah, I
you
worked
was
here.
selling ads.
Worked here for a little while, man.
You were doing good too, right?
I love this place. Yeah, maybe I'll
Maybe
Maybe I'll come back. Maybe you
maybe,
get your job
maybe
back.
I'll get to go to Skanks this year. I work for Dave, the podcast stuff. I still don't know who. He don't know.
He doesn't know who you are
Smith?
at all.
It's funny, yeah.
You sold ads for his podcast.
But Robbie and me.
specifically.
So Robbie's one of my closest buddies.
Robbie.
Robbie's cool people.
Robbie the Fire.
Bernstein.
Oh, Bernstein.
Yeah, Robbie's
Oh,
one of-
Bernstein works here too.
No, he works for.
He's a co-host of.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Robbie the Fire's the man. One of the smartest fucking guys.
No, I like the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny because you guys have the because you had that joke about the COVID stuff. You were so
The vaccine
yeah,
shit. Yeah.
and then you got, but Dave was fucking. It is crazy. Nobody really kind of like props him. This is the biggest. He was like one of the first guys who was all over that.
Who's anti-vax?
Oh yeah. Do you know who Dave Smith is?
Yeah.
I
don't know
remember. I
personally,
remember
but
there was
know who
I
he
think
is.
there was a couple episodes of Skanks that he was not on because of it. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't able to go.
Yeah, because he couldn't go. He didn't want to go inside.
until
He's
they
like, I'm not
moved it outside.
Him
Then-
and Robbie the Fire were like one of the first guys who were taking fuking shrapnel.
Yeah.
You know, taking bullets.
Geo.
I
Geo
got
was,
into it with like half the comedy scene.
You did, but did you end up taking it?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I
and that was actually part of the bit. Too.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
on his ass
Argued
about
with
it
people.
too.
You wanted him to take it.
Yeah, because they were gonna move our show
To the
from
patio.
the upstairs room to the patio.
Stop
Yeah.
it. They use that on you, eh? Fuck, isn't it crazy when people look back and nobody's like, not them, I'm just saying in all of society, nobody's like, hey, don't you remember this fucking thing happened?
Yeah.
Well, Kash Patel said that they're gonna go after. They said they have Fauci's phone right now. I listened to him on Rogan.
They're gonna go after him.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Nothing's gonna happen.
He's like the head of the FBI, and he was saying he gets swatted still. His house was swatted.
Kash Patel or Fauci?
No, Kash Patel was on Rogan.
He's the head of the FBI?
He's the head of FBI. And did you hear that?
Wait,
Where he
an-
said-
I didn't watch the
there's
episode, but I know.
an Indian guy is the head of the FBI?
yeah. And he's kind of like fucking fit and stuff like that.
Pull up a picture of him, Jorge. We could keep talking while Jorge does
Jorge
that.
pulls up a poo.
It would be funny if it was just Usama Siddiqui.
Nobody was like on.
Or just Namish Patel. Like, no. Kash Patel.
Like he's brolic, dude.
Yeah, that's a big Indian man. He's a Sikh for sure.
Yeah, a very sharp guy, dude.
No,
Well, yeah. I
that's
mean,
the
he's
kinda-
got to be qualified. I mean, he got there.
Well, I
for a
mean,
reason.
Fauci though, right?
I wonder. Can you
Yeah,
find out
but
what kind of
then-
Indian he is? Can you find out if he's Sikh or Gujabi? Punjabi. There's all
Punjabi.
different. No, there's Punjabi's another one. There's all different kinds. I feel like he's a Sikh. They're usually bigger.
Wasn't there
but
another Indian guy that quit? Or is that the same
Then
guy?
the Punjabis, they're usually
Yeah, that's
taller, better
Vivek.
looking.
Vivek.
Oh,
Oh,
but
okay.
have you actually seen? I didn't actually know because I've been like, I make a lot of content. Like I'm focused on content and comedy stuff right now. I had no idea.
You haven't came across my timeline in a minute.
Really, it is weird. You could follow some people, and some people you don't see them ever. Like I follow like Bert and Tom Segura, Rogan.
Never.
Never,
It's because
never
when's
see
the
them.
because now the algo's so fucking tight. It's like when did you last watch the clip?
He's
If you don't
fucking-
watch the clip, it stops feeding you the
He
clip.
goes, unfollowed me.
No, I didn't follow you.
Been watching this guy's videos of girls putting vegetables in the fucking grocery cart. It's like, I like those. Haven't seen JJ jacking off on Instagram. in a while.
I was doing like I'm just so not.
No, I still follow you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a joke, bro.
Do you follow me?
Of course, I DM you. I actually called you last
Don't
week.
check,
You didn't
but-
even.
yeah.
I just called it bullshit. I call. I like.
I
to
know. I
call.
was sick when you called.
I love
had like
calling.
a horrible fever. You go.
I love calling and rapping.
me again.
I had no idea till yesterday afternoon about the shit in LA, and then I just watched it.
the riot.
Bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck's going
That's
on?
insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's on stage.
Yeah, we're
most
gonna-
of the
You think
people.
so?
Yeah,
We'll
most
talk
of the
about
people
that on the
there-
other app.
most of
Did you
people
see
there
the
are-
guy on Vegas yesterday that shot right in front of the Bellagio fountains? Just fucking shot someone.
He shot the I saw the reporter get shot with a rubber bullet.
The Vegas Strip.
That
No,
was
no,
crazy.
Vegas. Someone
Oh,
got
Vegas?
Vegas. Someone just got
Strip is-
fucking shot.
Who got shot? A protester?
No, there's just a
Like
random two influencers were going at it.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Wait.
dude.
So an
one of the
influencer
influencers
shot an
the other one?
influencer?
Jorge,
Yeah, we'll end it on that.
And then we'll end up
Georgie!
we'll go right into the and we'll go right.
I'll be
into
honest with you. You want to hear a funny story? I got a call from Derek Drescher today at 2:08.
me,
Yeah.
Derek Drescher.
I was doing a burpee. Forgot.
I forgot you had fucking.
Bro, my mind.
Oh, you were working out?
I was like this.
And you know what's funny? I hit him up Thursday, and I was like, I should have confirmed. Knowing JJ, I should have confirmed. Because I'm like, yo, where you
so
at? And he doesn't even say, oh, I'm late. He's like, oh, shit, I'm stuck in bed.
That's so funny. That was his fucking gym water that he walked in with.
I get that. And I was
You
I
still
was
in your
gonna admit,
workout clothes.
I was never.
I mean, that's interchangeable.
for what it's worth. For what it's worth, I felt so bad. I just darted, and
You got here quick.
Oh, dude, I sprinted.
Where were you?
High-end gym.
Right over here.
No, on Bedford. I go to train in Williamsburg.
Hey, are we going
so-
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just took the L to right down the block and then ran over here.
You ran, but
Yeah.
I sprint right when it was. I went to sauna. I was like, I was gonna have a day.
Yeah, oh my bad. I do.
No, my
here we go.
bad. Look at this. Is this crazy?
Was that like, was he meeting the dude? Or was it just an argument that started?
Oh, Diamondbacks jersey too.
Did he kill him?
Oh, he keeps shooting them.
Jesus Christ.
So he killed him.
What was the story?
Wait, there was another guy laying down and must have got hit with a.
No,
I
that
think
was
they
people just.
just getting out of
So that guy,
couldn't
that guy
deflect
got
the
killed.
bullet.
No,
That guy got killed, and everybody else was just ducking for cover.
What
Really?
was it about?
Damn, dude.
I'm trying to find the actual stuff right now.
I mean,
They had a beef though. It says.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that didn't come out of nowhere. The Diamondbacks jersey's a good grab.
The Serpentines
Yeah.
or
Isn't that-
Serpentos. Yeah, that's the Spanish one. the
Yeah, dude,
Mexican one.
that's probably the worst.
That doesn't look good
to
for
get
the team
shot
at
on
all.
your live
Not at all.
stream.
Not
That's
at all.
just like a fucking fear of mine. Just be like, I'm on live stream. and
Oh,
it's
bro.
like-
Like I was part of
you
a
get shot, and then people are just like, "Oh, there was only 3 people watching when he got killed."
330. He had
He
330.
got 332, but I mean me.
Most
Yeah.
traffic
3
you ever
people.
got is right after you fucking died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when the shit blows up. They're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, look at Geo's fucking lifeless body on the floor."
Now they're going back 1,200 more views on all your old videos.
Brutal. So was there
Oh,
any?
no good.
I saw it like I actually saw it because I had to start a new Twitter account because of all my old DMs over the past 13 years. Whew.
You just deleted everything.
Well, I was actually stupid. I just had offered so many people money to titty fuck them or suck them off.
Cash Patel still has all those.
Yeah, someone has them.
That's his nickname, Cash Patel.
Cash Patel.
And
Cash payment.
so I just followed James Woods because he likes poker, and I find he's fun. Like I find those like old.
The actor?
Yeah,
All right.
the old Republican guys are so funny. Him
like
and
'em?
John. Well, they're so corny. Like John Voight. Like with John Voight, will like, "This is America." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you guys are like fucking scribinis in movies and stuff
Kevin
like
Sorbo. You ever follow him?
that. No,
Who's
but-
that?
Bro.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
was
guy
he
that
in?
played Hercules.
Oh yeah.
But he's got like all he makes now. He's got his own production company. Just makes Christian movies, and he's a hardcore fucking like far right Christian conservative guy. But he only makes Christian movies, which is like I think a huge market.
Hercules.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
bad,
Huge movie.
horrible
Hercules
fucking
sucked, dude.
content.
That show
yeah,
sucked.
of course.
They said there was
like-
that one movie that the Catholics made that was good, but I assume all
Passion
of them.
of the Christ.
Right, but I assume like the Daily Wire fucking comedy movies. It's probably the
what's
Ben
that one?
Shapiro.
What's that guy's name?
Is he
Matt
racist?
Walsh.
Matt
Walsh.
Walsh.
I heard
Yeah.
Matt Walsh stuff is his movies are good, but he's so
Yeah,
crazy.
you know what? 'Cause
Unlikable.
I didn't know anything about him, and then I saw his like, "Am I racist?" or something come out. I'm like, "Oh, this seems interesting." But then I looked into him, and I was like, "Oh,
He's
fuck with
such
this
a
guy.
like
Yeah.
dude.
My favorite one was the interview with the African tribe. That's my,
Really?
That's my favorite one.
Oh,
yeah.
what is a woman?
Yeah, good.
What is
What is
one-
a woman?
Because
Yeah, what is a woman?
he says to them, he goes, "Well, what if one of you is a man and but in their mind they're a woman?" And they all just started looking at each other.
Yeah.
And the one, you
What is
after
this
the
mental
guy-
disease you
He
speak
goes,
of?
"No, if you a man, you hunt, you have a job to do." He goes, if you're thinking you're a woman, then this person is sick. There's something wrong with their family. Like, and it's this African tribe saying it. It was hilarious.
I actually wonder if those guys, just because a lot of their base, like you think of like the Shapiro, because I listen to Shapiro when he does something like the All In podcast.
Puts out a hip hop track.
It puts out a hip hop.
That's
And he's
fucking
actually like not crazy. Then I just wonder if that most of the people that follow those guys, same with the people on the left, they're just a bunch of idiot sheep, and so they just say whatever they say just for actual
But it's
money.
both sides.
Yeah, both sides. That's what I mean. Both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
Both
Oh,
sides.
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, like when you hear with the protests in Mexico, we'll get into it more.
Yeah.
But most of the people were paid to be there,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and then everybody else is just like, "Oh, this is."
But
this
some
is
of the
cool.
left people take it so serious. Like that one guy who used to be the Norman Rockwell. What was that movie? Rockaware.
Rockwell.
Who All in the Family.
Fat Farm.
This kid. Who was a kid?
Nietzsche.
Who was a kid from the Racist Father show from the 70s?
All in the Family.
All in the Family.
Yeah,
Oh,
who was
yeah,
the kid?
I
Meat.
forget his
the
name.
kid Meat. Yeah, like he, as soon as Trump got reelected again, he's like off of. He does what Keith Olbermann does. They just constantly tweet.
Yeah.
Like Keith, these people are like crazy. I think,
people
and
get sick.
yeah, people
get sick and
real
they really
sick.
believe that, and it becomes that cult
I've always been like,
mentality.
dude, my thing is if you're too far either way, you're usually
Yeah.
a fucking bonehead.
Yeah,
I think if you're
does.
either way,
People who tweet a lot, I feel like it's also this new thing where people are using ChatGPT for therapy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Uh-huh.
it's you have
Really?
you have an
Exactly.
addiction to the device.
Yeah, I'm watching
stupid Eric
that,
Freddy used it for his sickness, and then I got sick.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
Jared, tell
start using
everybody where to
AI
find
for
you.
the protest
You can find me on Instagram at Jarrett Campbell, TikTok Jarrett P Campbell. Oh, that's it.
Your TikTok, I saw your TikTok's cooking.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
JJ.
JJ Lieberman live. Oh, I have. Can I plug my shows?
Yes, absolutely.
Doing. Well,
I'm on your show next
the
20th.
Yeah, June 20th.
June 20th.
June 20th in New York City in Midtown at the Pear. A couple guys are producing it. I'm just
JJ's
closing
first
out.
JJ Lieberman and Friends
JJ
show.
Lieberman and Friends.
Who's doing it? O'Toole and Vaders?
No, Vaders and Zach Braviette.
Okay.
And then July 5th, just added today, Orlando, Florida. July 6th, Off the Hook Comedy Club for the Dirty Show.
Best food at a comedy club.
Yeah, and then LA, I'm going to be out there 26, 27 doing shows like at the Improv and shit like
Nice.
that.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Or the Laugh Factory.
All headlining.
No, not those shows.
Okay.
Are just doing spots and
right.
stuff in LA.
Well, that's good shit, buddy. Go ahead, Geo.
Follow me on Instagram, Geo Perez 86. If you're not on Gas Digital, get on gasdigital.com. Use promo code OTG. If you're in Long Island, I'll be doing Don't Tell Westbury, 8 o'clock, June 14th. And June 19th, I'll be at Rodney's. Check that out, 7:30.
Derek Drescher, Jorge, we out. All right.